Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Curseof and welcome back to another video. As you guys are aware, a few days ago I did upload a deck profile featuring my second place Relinquished deck from Justice tournament on the 31st of May was when the tournament took place. And I basically decided, hey, why not show you guys a duel I did with this deck during the tournament and basically show you guys how this deck is meant to be played. So I have a duel that I had in one of my Swiss rounds against the guy that actually ended up winning the entire tournament. He also got top 4 in my tournament, so this is a very proven player. He is not bad at the game by any stretch of the imagination, so this should be a very, very good match to show you guys how to play the Relinquished deck. So anyway, let's get into the match here. So there's a bit of back and forth in this match in the chat, just us talking, because, you know, it's good just have friendly matches. I thanked him for the food idea because he mentioned getting food, and I do win the rock, paper, scissors here, which is actually more big than you realize. It's so important to go second with this deck. Yes, there is cards in the main deck to make going first not as bad, but if you can go second, you 100% want to go second. And I win the rock, paper, scissors, and I get to go second here. So Cross Splash or Terra Master is forced to go first in this circumstance, and we are going to see the Allure of Darkness. We can see the skill here, Cocoon of Ultra Evolution. He's playing the Dark Moth variant with something very interesting though. He is playing an Apprentice package in this Dark Moth deck, which can make it a little bit more scary sometimes, as he has quick access to removal and more deck thinning capabilities. But we do see him just come out, set one monster, and pass turn. So I'm chilling here. I have Relinquish, Senju, Sphere Kuriboh, Double Cyclone. I have a lot of things at my disposal, but because I have the Sphere Kuriboh, he hasn't had that much time to dig. I doubt he has Double Moth, so I feel confident going in a little bit here. So I go ahead and I drop my Senju in this case and go ahead and search my Relinquished from deck naturally. And I'm going to go and set my Double Cyclone because that could be useful later on. I just like to have it active. It's not going to be useful from the hand this turn. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and swing in here. And we do hit the old Vindictive Magician. Gotta love it. Obviously part of the Apprentice package here. And that will pop our Senju. So I'm facing off against Moth. I know I'm facing off against Moth. The only reason that Senju hit the board was because I didn't think he had enough time to dig to drop Double Moth. Plus I had Sphere Kuriboh. And if he did want to drop Double Moth now, he actually would have to use his own monster. So I'm not in a bad situation by a long shot here. We're going to see him banish an old Vindictive, which I'm very happy about. That's one less removal, one less pop I have to deal with. So yeah, I'm doing pretty good. He does set one. We see the Apprentice come out in attack position here. I'm thinking maybe he's just going to poke for 400. That could be a potential. He says, nope, I got the Parasite Paranoid. And he's going super aggro, to quote himself. So yeah, we will see him go ahead and drop his Apprentice, drop that Moth, drop a Moth from deck, Parasite's effect, drop a Moth from hand. And the only reason I'm okay is because I have Sphere Kuriboh. And that's why I think Sphere Kuriboh is so essential. Obviously, these decks are running back row removal in things like Dust Tornado and Wild Tornado and cards like that to pop those cards that would stop attacks, but they can't pop Sphere Kuriboh. And that's why I think he is such a necessity going into these matchups here. But I have 2 Relinquish in hand. I have a very easy discard target in Jin, so we are naturally going to go ahead and pop Relinquish and suck up one of these perfectly ultimate Great Moths. Here we go. There's the Thousand Eyes spell. The amazing skill card that's come out to actually make Relinquished, I think, a very viable strategy. Is it tier 1? No. But is it good? Yes. We're going to go ahead and discard and banish Jin all in one fell swoop, as you can do that as long as you have other targets for the Relinquished summon. And we're going to summon in defense and suck up the attack position 1. Which one we sucked up didn't matter, but summoning Relinquished in defense is relevant. For those of you confused as to why this may be relevant, well, that's why it's relevant. Reason number 1 it's relevant If that's a Zoma, I lose. Reason number 2 that was relevant, if that was a Dust Tornado, I also lost in this circumstance, putting Relinquished in attack position. Because of that, Relinquished in defense was 100% the best play I could make in that circumstance. I can't attack that turn, so there's no reason to go aggro. Even if his Moth can swing over me, you gotta play defensive with this deck until you have access to your battle phase. So Relinquish in defense, wait for my opponent to make some moves, hopefully stop him from killing Relinquished. We do see a Zoma, nice at 1800 attack body, and a 3500 attack body with perfectly ultimate Great Moth chilling on the field here. We do see Terramaster is thinking, and he just opts to go directly into battle phase, switching these two to attack. Obviously Moth comes over to wipe out the Moth attached to my Relinquished. I do let that occur, that is absolutely fine. She tries to come in with Zoma. I decide this is a good opportunity to double Cyclone here and just remove that Zoma. Sure, I gotta cost me my own Zoma, but now he has no cards on field and I can suck a Moth and go very aggro. And if I did top deck a monster with actual decent attack, I would have had game, but I got Sinister Serpent. That's just a 300 body. That's not gonna do it for me. But I do get to suck this Moth up, I do get to put Relinquish in attack, and I do get to go in for that big damage. I don't have to worry about any of his back removal because there's nothing set on the board currently, so Wild Tornado, stuff like that is not an issue, and Twister could be used, sure, but it's probably a side deck, and if there was another monster, we probably would have seen that already hit the field. So chances are that's not another monster in hand that he can use, which means I don't have to worry about Twister even being an issue if it's top decked. So I'm chilling in a fantastic scenario right now, and I'm honestly really truly not worried. Now, you might be able to argue here that maybe I could have let Relinquish die and tried to use Zoma to game him, but you know, but apparently, so he does get to draw a monster off of the Cocoon and we don't see a Twister. Kind of forgot about the Cocoon skill. Maybe I should have played around that Twister play, but I hadn't seen Twister yet. Obviously this guy's games were on stream and I haven't seen Twister. I feel pretty confident that he's not running Twister. So we got some thinking going on here. Gonna go ahead and see what Terramaster decides to do, or wait, no, sorry, what I decide to do. I'm the one thinking here. I'm thinking, do I drop Senju right now? Do I go for a Relinquish play to suck up his face down and try to go for game? What should be my approach to game here? What do I think that face down is? Could be a Zoma, could be a Dust Tornado. There's a lot of things here. I'm like, okay, well, I do believe, yeah, I guess I'll try to go for game here. So I summon Senju, and I go ahead and grab my search effect for Relinquished, and I go to battle and I attack with Senju. Okay, this is very, very, very important. A lot of people are going to say, why attack with Senju? He's the weaker monster. You can guarantee that your 3500 Relinquish can beat over this face down monster. Isn't this a misplay? I don't think it's a misplay because of all the back row removal that Terramaster does have. Dust Tornado, Wild Tornado. If one of those is going to be popped, I think we've already seen a Dust Tornado. No, we actually haven't. But if there is any back row removal that hits perfectly ultimate Great Moth when I try to swing in with Relinquished, and that thing has bigger defense, has 500 or more defense, period, I'm going to lose the game. So I think it's safer to swing in with my Senju and assume it's not a Command Knight and just be fine. If I do swing over the monster, it was a Parasite Paranoid, so I wouldn't have mattered, I wouldn't have died. But we do see the Dust Tornado that I was playing around. I say I figured in chat, because this is what I was trying to play around here. This is what I was trying to avoid. Now, if he does draw a monster, I will just lose. So, this is very important. I think the only monster that he can draw that can't kill me would be Old Vindictive or Apprentice Magician, as they aren't big enough. And he does have 2 Apprentice Magician. Regardless, he doesn't see what he needs, and he just admits defeat. So that is game 1. We are able to take game 1 here. This is what you really got to do with Relinquish in these Moth matchups. You have to play very, very defensively. You have to play around back row removal. You have to play around Parasite Paranoid. You do not commit a face-up monster to board until you have cards that stop your opponent, preferably Sphere Karibos. Preferably 2 of them, but you might be able to get by with 1. Regardless, we're in the side phase here. We're just going to go ahead and let this go, and I'm obviously going to be forced to go first here. Because he knows I'm playing Relinquished, and he's playing Moth. He wants me to go first. And I get a I get a okay opening hand. If I was going second, it would have been better. But going first still isn't bad. I'm just going to go ahead and set the Nightmare Wheel and pass turn over to Terra Master here. I do have the Sphere Karibo in hand. I do, if I draw Relinquished, I have the Illusionist Relinquished lock available to me. So I am overall in a fairly solid position currently. In the side deck, by the way, I think I brought in Floodgate Trapple for the Double Moth, because Double Moth is so prevalent now with Allure of Darkness that I think you need Floodgate to try and hit that. And I also brought in the Thousand Eyes Idol in case I do get the opportunity to go into my Restrict. Regardless here, I do end up top decking this Senju, which is a phenomenal top deck here, so I'm probably just going to go ahead and drop this boy in attack position. I have 2 forms of stopping my opponent in Sphere Karibo and in Nightmare Wheel, plus if he commits Double Moth, I do have Lava Golem to out that Double Moth. So I feel very comfortable going aggro with my Senju. Senju, obviously +1, grab Relinquish. I'm going to go ahead and poke for 14 here and pass turn. We may see an end phase. We see an end phase Dust Tornado, not an end phase Zoma. So it's very interesting here. I will hit my Nightmare Wheel, which is not a big deal. And we do also see the end phase Zoma. There it is. There it is. Alright. So let's see here. Now he has a Zoma on board. If he has Parasite, he can. So he does have the Parasite. He does go ahead and hit my Senju, and he does pop his skill effect here. Now, unluckily for him, this is very, very relevant. He has both copies of Moth in hand. If one of those was not a Moth, then he would have been in a much better scenario, but he's still overall okay. It's just the fact that now 1 Sphere Karibo is enough to answer his onslaught of monsters, which is really, really bad for him, really, really good for me. So technically speaking, I was a little bit too confident going to this. I probably shouldn't have went so aggro with the Senju at this point. I should have played a little more defensive. But I'm not complaining. He couldn't drop it all. So I'll take the 500 from Parasite Paranoid. I will Sphere Karibo the perfectly ultimate Great Moth here, putting that thing in defense position. And I will obviously take the 1800 coming off from that Zoma. And I'm very happy as I have a Banish in my grave in Sphere Karibo for Relinquished. I have a discard in Illusionist, and I have access to Lava Golem. So I'm probably going to start off with a Lava Golem play here, or maybe I'll do the Relinquished play first. It really doesn't matter which one I commit to. So, okay, I do start off with the Lava Golem play. I'm going to Lava Golem both of his weaker monsters, because if I do that, I can summon Relinquish in defense, suck up Moth, and then I have a 3000 booty on the field, which Lava Golem can't get over, and I can just slowly burn him with Lava Golem. Along with that, I do have the Illusionist lock available to me now, with Relinquished and Illusionist in grave, which puts a lot of pressure on my opponent here. I'm going to go ahead and suck up that Moth, and I'm in a very, very commanding position. He really has to make some big plays to try and get through this. Obviously, I couldn't summon or set Newdoria in this circumstance because I ate up my normal summon with the Lava Golem. That's why Lava Golem is also very good in this deck, because you have special summons in Relinquished. So he does go ahead and draw here. We'll see what he can do. He's going to go ahead and pop his skill effect here to shuffle back in one of those Parasite Paranoids to draw another card, and that is all of his skill effects burned. So he has 3 cards in hand, he has a set card, and he has a Lava Golem. We'll see what he opts to do here. He's thinking. He says might as well try. He's going to set one. He's going to go Battle Phase. He's going to pop that Wild Tornado here to pop the Moth on my Relinquished. He's going to Parasite Paranoid the Relinquished. Going to swing in with Lava Golem, kill the Relinquished, kills Parasite Paranoid. He'll get to summon Moth from hand. I'll get to summon Illusionist from Grave. And he basically can't swing over this Illusionist, otherwise he gives me access to the Suck effect again. That might be a Zoma set, or you might draw another monster, which would give him the ability to get past my lock. But I do have a set Newdoria here. If he runs over that, I get to pop a monster, and I am in a fantastic position right now. Unless he's able to Lava Golem me, I should have this game on lock. So he will take the 1000 burn, and he has the Apprentice Magician. Let's see what his set is. It is a Zoma, so he could have fired that off in the end phase. Not that it really would have mattered, I don't think. As I am taking defensive approaches here, putting all my monsters in defense position. And he says, I think with that set monster, the loop was too strong, and he needs to draw his Visor Shock. And I do definitely agree with that. If he had Visor Shock, he would be able to bounce back my Newdoria, and he would have been able to take this game here. So this is basically a little duel between Relinquished and the tier 1 Dark Moth deck here. I just thought I'd show you guys basically how you should approach this deck, how you should play this deck. I might have been a little bit too aggro actually in these games, believe it or not. I think I should have taken a bit more of a defensive approach, especially in game 2 here. But regardless, my aggro did pay off. But you normally don't want to commit to a face-up monster to a board until you have access to 2 copies or 2 forms of basically attack, negation, or ways to stop your opponent's attack. If you don't have that, then you normally do not commit to anything. Regardless, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button and also consider subscribing. I have a lot of fun doing this stuff. And yeah, I look forward to giving you guys another video tomorrow. Regardless, that's a wrap, guys. Peace.